This video is not waste of time. It is created to help you out so that you can develop a qualitative value in your English. Whether you are someone seeking a job in an MNC, which stands for multinational company, or you have already been working in an MNC dealing with US or UK client, or someone who has migrated to an English speaking country where you find the people really speaking greatly using the different stress pattern, rhythm and intonation, and you get underconfident, you stop having an interaction with them. So this video is going to help you out, especially in understanding all the aspects which are really required to develop British or American accent. Whatever you prefer, the choice is yours. So hello everyone, my name is Pawan Jaiswal and I'm a global English accent coach and founder of Accent. In this video, I'm going to talk about all the aspects which are really required to learn whether British or American accent. So first of all, the first chapter is articulators. Articulators are basically the organs which are present in our mouth. The sound, how a sound is produced. The airflow comes out whether there is restrictions or blockage, or without any blockage the air comes out and sound is produced. But if you don't know about the names, so it may be difficult for you to understand while learning or while taking the classes. For example, if I suggest you to place your tongue tip at the alveolar ridge, you may get confused like what is alveolar ridge. So similarly, like alveolar ridge, hard palate, soft palate, pharynx or glottis, there are multiple words that you need to know in advance, so that at the time when a trainer trains you, you may come across, okay, this is all about the organ which is being recommended so that the sound can be produced easily. The second one is places of articulation. It is really important to understand the right places of articulation. Otherwise, you may start copying, imitating, which can really lead to a fake sound system. So there are different places of articulation. During the consonant classification, you learn it. For example, bilabial sounds, labiodental sounds, postalveolar sounds, velar sounds, and so on. The third chapter is all about kinds of vowel sounds, or it can also be considered as classification of vowel sounds. You heard me right. Vowels are basically classified in three different parts: short vowels, long vowels, and diphthongs. And it is really important to understand them each by each. In British accent, we find 20 vowel sounds, whereas in American accent, there are 15 vowel sounds. That is completely different. The fourth chapter is about classification of consonant sounds. Yeah, you heard me right. Consonants are also classified. Consonants are basically classified in 5 different parts: plosive, fricative, affricate, nasal, and approximant. If you don't understand the classification, perhaps you may be sounding way badly. And the next one is IPA, which stands for International Phonetic Alphabet. See, during the session, we cannot practice lakhs of the words. Only 1,000 of the words can be covered. But when you find a new word, how do you understand what is the right pronunciation? Whether you may start seeking for a person who can really speak out this particular term correctly, but you can never analyze it. So it's better you understand IPA, the phonetic transcription. It's really important to learn how to read and write phonetic transcription as well, so that you can get mastery in it, which is the next chapter, and it is also going to be covered especially in accent training. But if you understand about the phonetic transcriptions, it would be easier for you to understand whether what is the correct sound of it. For example, how would you understand the CH may sound like ch, sh or k? Many people keep on seeking for a letter after it. Let me tell you clearly, in English, a letter never indicates a sound. You heard me right. A letter never indicates a sound. CH can sound like sh, it can sound like k, it can sound like ch as well. If you understand the right phonetic transcription, you may easily see and may find how it is to be pronounced. Multiple times it happens, like after the completion of IPA, people believe like they have got expertise, especially in accent, but in reality, it's a myth. IPA is a part of accent training, but still it is half done. And you do understand, like half done is not completed. So what are the several chapters which are to be completed in case you really want to get expertise? So the next chapter is liaison. It is one of the most important chapter of accent training, which basically helps you out in combining multiple sounds together or words together so that you can speak smoothly. Liaison is basically a format of linking the sounds together. Let me just give you an example. For example, how do you pronounce in an instant? Perhaps you would be saying it separately, in an instant. So one of the rules of liaison say like in an instant can be combined together by saying in an instant. In an instant instead of that, in an instant. This is the power of liaison. And if you understand it, it helps you out especially in developing a good flow. The next chapter is elision. Elision is basically omission of sound. For example, you have learned a word. Let's take an example of the word next. Next. Generally, the International Phonetic Transcription says like we need to pronounce it as next. So in a sentence, for example, I see you the next day. So you would be emphasizing by saying like I see you the next day. So here the process of elision helps you out, especially in omitting some sounds. Instead of saying next day, we simply say next day. So the complete sentence would be I see you the next day, not next day. So elision is also an important chapter of accent training. The next one is assimilation. Assimilation is very important in case the sound differs and it is highly affected by the previous or later sounds. Let me just give you an example. For example, if you speak out the sentence like, he is a good boy. So even if you try to just speak out rapidly, you may be speaking, he is a good boy. He is a good boy. It doesn't sound perfectly. So good boy, if you look at the combination, D is alveolar sound and boy, B is a bilabial sound. So directly dragging from alveolar to bilabial is very difficult. So assimilation says like just change the sound so that it can be in a rhythm. So instead of saying he is a good boy, you can say he's a good boy. So the D sound changes into P. And how it works, you are going to learn it especially in the chapter of assimilation. And the last very important chapter is stress. People don't understand the value of stress. Basically, there are two kinds of stress: word stress and sentence stress. Stress really matters a lot. And a lot of time I have just found the people, especially living in India or Indian living abroad, keep on making several mistakes in stress. For example, how do you speak out the word biology? Do you pronounce it as biology, biology, or anything like this? So let me tell you, this word has four syllables in which the second syllable is to be emphasized. So we never say biology. We always say it biology. The second syllable is stressed. Stress means what? It is to be spoken longer and louder. Biology, not biology. I hope you understand why stress is very important. And further on, when you move forward, there are some miscellaneous, and along with that, you need to understand the basic differences between British and American English, because both of the English differ on the basis of grammar, pronunciation, spelling, and accent. So it's really important whether you learn British or American accent, you need to know about the other one as well. So these are the aspects which are to be covered, and after the completion of this, you have information about the complete accent training. And now it is the time you may start using it. So if you're really interested in getting the entire session, especially in one-on-one or in a group mode, you can just contact us texting us, especially on our WhatsApp number which is mentioned below.